Hello, class ninth. I hope all of you will be fine and safe at home. Today, I will discuss the second part of the chapter, The Sound of Music. Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it by Deborah Colley. In the previous video, we had read about the gradual deafness of Glennie and how she reacted to music and how she got inspiration and guidance from Ron Forbes, a percussionist. We also read about her first visit to London. Now let's read the next part of the text. She never looked back from the point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with the youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3 year course, she had captured most of the top awards. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top. The world's most sought after multi percussionist with a mastery of some thousand instruments and hectic international schedule. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn functioned so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble, she laughed. So, in this part, there are certain difficult words. In the second line, you see last word youth. Youth means young people, people like who are in college or high school. They are called youth. Then orchestra. Orchestra means group of musicians. Auditioned, it is given there in the book also. Gave a short performance so that the director could decide whether she was good enough. So, meaning of auditioned is this, and some phrases are there also. Most sought after means most popular or in demand. Then intriguing is there, and its meaning is fascinating and curious. It is also given in the book. Now we will see what is there in the text. Once Abilene overcame the hurdle, she started sensing the different sounds through the different parts of her body. She progressed in her career. Abilene toured the United Kingdom and performed with the youth orchestra. By the time Evelyn reached the age of 16 years, she had decided to make music her life. Evelyn gave an audition for the admission to the Royal Academy of Music, and her score was the highest in the history of the Academy. No other person had scored such a high score as Evelyn did. Orchestral work was performed by her. Uh, Initially, Evelyn performed in a group, and as she got well in her music, she got confident and started performing alone. She had achieved all the top awards by the time she had completed her 3 year course at the Royal Academy of Music also. If anyone says that Evelyn has done something great, she does not acknowledge that. She is very humble and down to earth. Evelyn says that two important things for success are firstly hard work and secondly aim. She says that if you work hard and you have an aim, a target which you have to achieve, then you will definitely achieve it. So Evelyn also achieved her goal. She worked hard and she had an aim to become the topmost, the most famous, the most sought after musician of the world, and she did that. She gained mastery of almost 1,000 musical instruments, and she is the most popular multi percussionist of the world. She has a very busy schedule. She has programs and concerts all over the world. When you watch Evelyn work or perform so effortlessly, although she cannot hear, you get very curious because Evelyn can identify the slightest, the minutest sound made by the musical instrument. Now, the writer Deborah Colley took Evelyn's interview, which lasted for 2 hours, and Deborah says that Evelyn never missed a single word that she spoke. Evelyn says that those men who have long, huge, bushy beards gave her trouble. So, this was there in this part of the text. Now, let's see the next part of the text and know the difficult words meaning. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. What that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. While leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration pass through her bare feet and up her legs. So there are three or four words which are given there also in the book. Flawlessly means without a fault or mistake. Lilt means a way of speaking or accent. Tingles means causes slight prickling or stinging sensation. Then resonances is there, echoes or sounds, and vibrations are also echoes and sounds. Now let's see uh, what is there in this part of the text. So Deborah Colley took Abeline's interview, which lasted for 2 hours, and in that particular interview, she told her that those men who have long, huge, bushy beards give her trouble. Why do they give her trouble? Because when they speak, she cannot see their lip movement as their lips are covered with the bushy beards. The writer means Deborah Colley says that Abelian's speech is flawless. Flawless means without any fault, and she has a Scottish accent. When she speaks, there is a lilt of Scottish um, language. As she belongs to Scotland, her voice has that accent. Evelyn says that she can speak clearly because she had learned the language. She studied till the age of 11, till the time she could hear. So that was the reason that she could speak language clearly. But after becoming deaf, Evelyn also learned two new languages. She has learned French and basic Japanese. So one wonders that how could she learn these two new languages also despite her deafness. So here Evelyn explained that how does she identify music? It creates sensation in her skin, in her cheekbones, and even in her hair. So every part of Abelian's body responds to music. When she plays the xylophone, she uses sticks and she can sense the vibrations of the sound produced by the xylophone pass through the sticks up into her fingerprints. When Evelyn plays the drum, she leans towards the drum and she can feels the echo flowing into her body. Whenever Evelyn performs, she performs on a wooden platform and she removes her shoes so that she can feel the vibration of the musical instruments pass through the floor into her feet and up her legs. That is how she can feel the sound of the music instrument. Now let's see what is there in the next part. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. She is master percussionist James Blades. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians. And Richtling of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they can not go. So there are some words. Workaholic means a person who finds it difficult to stop working, and priority means great importance. Confesses means to admit something. Then percussionist means a person who play drums or other instruments. And now we will see the actual meaning of this part. Now Abelian is a delight to hear. She gives very good solo performances. In the year 1991, she was presented with this award, Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award for performing solo. Now, James Blade is a master percussionist, and his words were the ones that we read before we started reading the chapter. According to James, God took away Evelyn's hearing ability, but in return, he gave her a strong power of sensing sounds, which enabled her to become a great musician. Evelyn is very hard-working. She does not stop working. She worked like other classical musicians. Even she works more than them. Evelyn says that the rewards she gets for her hard work are huge and big. Evelyn does charity also. She gives free concerts in hospitals and prisons. She also takes classes for young musicians, for those children who want to learn music. Evelyn is an inspiration for all. She is an ideal, and Richlin, who belongs to the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children, says that Evelyn is an inspiration for those children who cannot hear. And when they get to know Evelyn's story, they feel that they can accomplish everything, they can fulfill their dreams and demands. So, this was the meaning of this part. Now, let's see the next part. The most people twice her age, sorry, camera is not adjusted, so I will adjust it. Most of people twice her age, she has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped people who took to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. So in this part, one word is there, accomplished. Accomplished means achieved. There's no other word which can be difficult for you. So let's see, what does this part of the text means. Abelin Galeni has achieved so much in life that those people who are double her age have also not achieved those many things, that much popularity and those many awards as Abelin has done. Orchestra is a group of people who are playing different musical instruments, and generally the percussion instruments like the drums and the xylophone are placed at the back end of the orchestra, or they are placed at the side. But as a violin performs solo, she gives special performances with these percussion instruments. The percussion instruments have come in front of the orchestra means there is similarity of between orchestra and percussionists in that way, because she did so. Abelian's story is an inspiration to those people who are physically disabled. They feel that if Abelian can achieve her dreams, even they can. And Evelyn has given a lot of pleasure to her audience by playing such good music. So this was the meaning of this part. Now there are some questions, and these are questions for you to do as homework. And if you find any problem, please call me. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.